Hey guys, and welcome back. Stay tuned as the NHL might have changed the rule during this game. The game we're going to get into is the Colorado Avalanche versus the Utah Mammoth. It's already the second time these teams are playing each other this season, and the last game was a goaltender battle. We'll see what tonight brings as we have the same starters. For Colorado, it's Scott Wedgwood, and for Utah, it's Vejmelka. 5 minutes in, and Bardakov comes in with a good forecheck. He wins that board battle and tips the puck off to Kelly. Kelly throws it up top to Makar, and Makar threw a shot on net that beat Vejmelka before he even saw it. This gave the Avs the early 1-0 lead and Bardakov his first NHL point. A couple minutes after that, Drury gets called for hooking, and a big save by Wedgwood keeps the Utah power play off the board. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first period. McKinnon gets sprung on a breakaway, and he's stopped twice by Vejmelka. We come to the end of the first period. Things were pretty even, and both goalies looked pretty dialed in to start the game. 45 seconds in the second period, and this is where we get to our controversy. So Landy ends up potting his first NHL regular season goal in 3 years, but it gets called back for offsides. However, based on how the rule is written, the play should be onside. The Utah Mammoth player was the one to put the puck back into their own zone. It was not touched by an Avalanche player. We even know that it wasn't touched by the Avalanche player by the explanation given by the ESPN broadcast. They said that Toronto talked to Dave Jackson and it was Colorado's actions that caused that misplay. And if we read the last sentence of Rule 83.1, it says, if a player legally carries, passes, or plays the puck into his own zone while a player of the opposing team is in such defending zone, the offside shall be ignored and play permitted to continue. Based off of how that rule is written, there is no illegal play on the offside, therefore play should have continued. Oh wait, I think there's something written down here. Unless a scary forecheck causes a defensive misplay. Well, there you have it. The play was offside. And I'm not sure why Toronto called that no goal. Maybe it's because they think the younger Rocky Mountain team needs some help. A couple minutes later, Vejmelka makes another huge save on McKinnon. Shortly after that save, Utah goes down and scores. But this goal is immediately waved off for goaltender interference. And after replay, it was a very obvious goaltender interference. With 11 minutes left, Brindley reaches out to get the puck, but he ends up tripping Keller. And Utah makes quick work of this power play, scoring within 30 seconds. Keller throws a shot on net, and Schmaltz bangs home the rebound. 3 minutes later, the Avalanche have a bad turnover, and the Utah Mammoth jam it into the Avs net. 1 minute left in the second period, and the Avs get a power play. And it's a perfect chance for the Avs to tie the game, but unfortunately, their power play has not been able to convert. This one was no different. Coming into this game, the Avs were tied in 29th place for power play percentage. The team they were tied with were the Utah Mammoth, and they went 50% tonight, so now the Avalanche have sole possession of 30th. Thankfully, after the Avs failed power play, the third line goes out there and causes a turnover. Colton finds Drury on the far side, and he buries one to tie the game. Just 4 minutes later, the Avs turn the puck over, and 1 second later, it's in their net. And Sergachev just put this right by Wedgwood's ear. 2 minutes left in the game, and Wedgwood gets pulled. But before he can even make it to the bench, Necas comes down and absolutely snipes one off of Vejmelka's ear and in to tie the game. With the point streak secure for Necas and the Colorado Avalanche, we head to 3-on-3 overtime. And this overtime is quick. 30 seconds in, Utah gets a 2-on-1 with Keller and Gunther. Keller feeds it over to Gunther. He barely gets enough on it to get it by Wedgwood, and Utah wins. Overall, I think the Avalanche played an okay game, and I'm glad they got a point out of it. Tonight, there was too many turnovers that ended up in the back of their net, and their power play needs to convert on their chances. Power play has good movement and good passes, but you need to bury a goal.